My audience for the day is the cast of Hamilton. TikTok is a highly popular and more recently controversial form of social media composed entirely of 15 to 60-second videos. Critics of the app have typically never used it, and they tend to think that the app is simply made for silly dance crazes, pointless trends, and a bunch of dangerous challenges. Actual users of the app know that this isn't true. TikTok is a great medium for people, especially younger generations, to get informed and involved, to learn useful information, and to find a sense of community within each other. So TikTok is a Gen Z dominated platform, as a whopping 41% of its users are between the ages of 16 and 24. Gen Z is dominated by social media more than previous generations, which means that social media in general is typically how we stay connected to the world. Now, why specifically is TikTok one of the best forms of social media? Well, for one, TikTok is a great way to keep us informed. As a group, our generation tends to stray away from news networks like CNN or Fox because they're extremely biased, and we would rather get our news from social media platforms, from individuals, as opposed to major corporations that tend to have less than good intentions when it comes to delivering news. TikTok is a good way to get this information because of the video format. The video format makes it easier to break down the issues and simplify them, which in terms means that the watchers of the videos will better understand any messages being conveyed. TikTok is a great way to get into politics, as major creators, even if it's not their specific content type, they do like to voice their opinions. And it tends to convince other people that the issues really are, important, and it engages them, and it tends to convince them to start learning more about issues and doing their own research. Another huge pro for TikTok is that if it's used this way, it can be a great resource and an educational tool. If you need study tips, for example, or need help understanding some material in a specific class, there are plenty of creators there to help you with the learning process. Personally, I like to use creators who teach ASL and PSE, which, if you don't know, are forms of sign language, because it's a lot better than trying to Google something like that, or trying to use an app, or other forms of learning that specific subject. It can also be helpful if you are interested in a new hobby, or if you want to learn something new but you don't entirely know what you're doing. There are creators that offer up that information too. Even if you need help understanding, your mental health or the way your brain works better, there are all kinds of educational opportunities surrounding that area on TikTok as well. Finally, TikTok is a great way to make connections. Users typically find a sense of community through content creators and other individuals who share similar backgrounds, views, and interests with each other. The content is so diverse, and the algorithms are so specific due to the developers that it's really easy. You don't have to spend a lot of time on the app to find content that is good for you, that you can relate to. Also, countless friendships and relationships have been created and formed through TikTok and have lasted as long or longer than the app have from its previous versions, Musical.ly or Vine and things like that. And along with the fact that it connects many young people, because we share experiences as a generation and as we branch out through TikTok and other social media platforms to find each other. So through these points, I've expressed why TikTok is one of the best social media platforms, why it's a good thing, and why people should give it a chance regardless of whether other people think it's cringy or immature. Any social media platform has its problems, but in my personal experience, the positive forces of this particular app outweigh its flaws.